So this is why it's so important to understand these three pillars, and this is why these are the three pillars of the work that I do, because they come up all the time. There's no piece of work that I have done where these three things haven't been a really significant part of the work that I do. And once we start to really understand these pillars, then we start to be able to make changes in our life. We can't move forward until we understand the past. We have to be able to understand our childhood and family background. Not because it's always awful, but just so that we understand the core of who we are. Our parents were our very, very first teachers. Our experience of family life is going to be the thing that has taught us everything that we know about relationships, about who we are, about how we get to be treated, how we get to be loved. And that's all of the stuff that we bring into our adult relationships. So it's not about always needing to make different choices, but it's about understanding where we came from so that we can make different choices if we want to. Once we understand where we've come from and we understand a little bit more about our sense of self, who we are, we get to understand our mindset better. We get to understand our level of confidence. Are you a confident person? Were you raised in a family where you were told you were fantastic, that you were told that you could do anything that you wanted to do, where you were supported and encouraged even when you got things wrong? Or were you told that you were useless, that you were rubbish, that you'd never be good for anything, that nobody will ever love you, that you're fat, ugly, all of these things? It doesn't always have to come from our family. All of these strengths and difficulties come from our childhood experiences. It's what is childhood and family background. Our family background teaches everything that we know about relationships, but the external factors that go on around us at school, with our peer groups, with our teachers, with our wider family, are all so, so important to forming who you are, how you feel about yourself, whether or not you think that you can achieve anything you want to if you put your mind to it, or whether you think that you are limited because you're not good enough, you're never going to be good enough, you're never going to amount to much. All of these things are so important. And how we go into our relationships, whether we go into our relationships with confidence, knowing that we are worthy of good things and that we deserve greatness, or whether we settle, and whether or not we just are lucky for what we've got. And the childhood and family part is so important, because all the while that we are understanding our own childhood and family background, we are also informing our children's core. We're informing their foundations. We're teaching them everything that they need to know about family life and love, and how to communicate and how to resolve conflict. So we've got to make sure that we are on the ball here and that we are doing the best job that we can. How are you communicating with your partner? How do you show love in your family home? How do you resolve conflict? How do you talk about difficult issues? If parents aren't together anymore, what is your relationship like? Do you have a good, strong relationship even though you're not together? Or is it acrimonious and hostile? All of these things are so, so, so important. But ultimately, we want to be able to communicate well with our partner. We want to be able to talk about difficult situations. We want to be able to express love. We want our children to see that and learn that, so that all together we can all go through life, not fantastic, not wonderful, not unbruised or unscathed, but together and united and doing well, because we are confident and we know that together we can do good things, and that ultimately in ourself we are good people, worthy of good things, and able to achieve whatever we want to, as long as we put our mind to it, and we're here to support each other to do it. If you would like to know any more about the Thrive Programme, we cover all of this in the Thrive Programme, obviously working one-to-one over 4 months together. Then let me know, direct message me, and I'll answer any questions that you have about it. All right, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.